There is a strange kind of pain that many people carry every day. It doesn't leave bruises. It doesn't announce itself loudly. Most people around you may never even notice it. Yet it follows you everywhere. It sits quietly in the back of your mind while you're working. It follows you into conversations. It waits for you when you're alone at night. And strangely enough, it often comes from something you refuse to let go of. Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's a dream. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe it's a version of life you thought you would have by now. Whatever it is, you've convinced yourself that holding on is the right thing to do. After all, letting go feels like giving up. Letting go feels like losing. Letting go feels like admitting that things did not turn out the way you hoped. So you hold on. You replay old conversations. You revisit old memories. You imagine different outcomes. You ask yourself endless questions. What if I had said something different? What if I had waited longer? What if I tried one more time? What if they come back? What if things eventually work out? And without realizing it, your life slowly becomes divided into two parts. The life that is happening and the life that lives inside your head. The problem is that the second life begins to steal energy from the first. You may still smile. You may still function. You may still move forward. But deep down, a part of you remains trapped somewhere in the past, waiting, hoping, holding on. Many years ago, a man carried a backpack filled with rocks everywhere he went. Every rock represented something he refused to release: a betrayal, a regret, a failure, a disappointment. At first, the backpack didn't seem heavy. He could still walk. He could still work. He could still live his life. But as time passed, more rocks were added. The weight increased. The journey became harder. Eventually, he became exhausted. Not because life was difficult, but because he was carrying far more than life required. One day, someone asked him a simple question. What would happen if you put the backpack down? His answer came immediately. I can't. Why? Because he had carried it for so long that he confused the burden with part of his identity. And this is where many people find themselves today. Sometimes we hold on to pain because it has become familiar. We hold on to resentment because we believe it protects us. We hold on to disappointment because releasing it feels unfair. We hold on to people because we cannot imagine life without them. The truth is that letting go is rarely about the thing itself. It is about the story attached to it. When someone hurts you, the pain often comes from the story. They shouldn't have treated me this way. When a dream fails, the pain often comes from the story. This was supposed to be my future. When someone leaves, the pain often comes from the story. They were supposed to stay. And because we keep replaying the story, we keep reliving the pain. The event happened once, but the memory happens thousands of times. Think about that for a moment. Some people spend years suffering from an event that lasted only a few days, not because the event keeps happening, but because the mind keeps revisiting it. It's like touching a wound every morning and wondering why it never heals. The hardest part is that holding on often disguises itself as hope. You tell yourself you're staying strong. You tell yourself you're being loyal. You tell yourself you're fighting for what matters. And sometimes that's true. But sometimes you're simply refusing to accept reality. There is a difference between persistence and attachment. Persistence helps you move forward. Attachment keeps you standing still. One builds your future. The other traps you in your past. The difficult thing about letting go is that it feels wrong before it feels right. Nobody talks about that part. People celebrate the peace. They celebrate the freedom. They celebrate the healing. But they rarely talk about the discomfort that comes first. Because letting go means accepting uncertainty. It means releasing control. It means admitting that some questions may never be answered. It means accepting that some chapters end without closure. And for many people, that is terrifying. The human mind loves certainty, even painful certainty. Many people would rather hold on to familiar pain than face an unfamiliar future. At least pain is predictable. At least disappointment is known. At least heartbreak feels familiar. But growth rarely happens inside familiarity. Growth begins when we stop negotiating with reality. There is a quiet truth that changes everything. Not everything that leaves your life is a loss. Read that again. Not everything that leaves your life is a loss. Sometimes what leaves creates space. Space for healing. Space for peace. Space for opportunities. Space for people who truly belong. Imagine trying to fill a glass that is already full. No matter how much fresh water you pour into it, nothing new can enter. The old must leave before the new can arrive. Life works the same way. Sometimes, the thing preventing your peace isn't what happened to you. It's what you're still carrying. And this applies to more than relationships. Some people are holding on to old guilt. Years have passed. The mistake is over. The lesson has been learned. Yet they continue punishing themselves. Others are holding on to an identity that no longer fits. They are trying to be the person everyone expects instead of becoming who they truly are. Others are holding on to anger. They believe forgiveness means approving what happened. But forgiveness is not approval. It is release. It is choosing not to let someone else's actions continue controlling your emotional life. One of the most peaceful moments in life comes when you stop arguing with what already happened. You stop asking reality to be different. You stop demanding that the past change. You stop fighting battles that ended long ago. And in that moment, something remarkable happens. Your energy returns. The energy once spent on resistance becomes available for living. You notice things again. You laugh more easily. You sleep more peacefully. You feel lighter. Not because your life became perfect, but because your mind stopped carrying unnecessary weight. Many people spend years chasing peace. They search for it in achievements, money, recognition, relationships, success. And while those things can bring happiness, peace often comes from subtraction rather than addition. Sometimes peace arrives not when you gain something, but when you release something. Release the expectation. Release the resentment. Release the need for answers. Release the need to control every outcome. Release the version of life that no longer exists. And suddenly, the storm inside begins to quiet down. The most beautiful part about letting go is that it creates room for the present moment. When you're no longer trapped in yesterday, you can finally experience today. You can appreciate the people who are still here. You can see opportunities that were hidden behind your obsession with the past. You can discover strengths you never knew you possessed. You can move forward without constantly looking over your shoulder. That doesn't mean you forget. It doesn't mean the memories disappear. It doesn't mean the experience never mattered. It simply means it no longer owns you. There is a profound difference between remembering something and living inside it. One is wisdom. The other is imprisonment. And perhaps that is the lesson many of us need to hear today. Sometimes the door to peace is not locked. We are simply holding it shut from the inside. We keep carrying the backpack. We keep replaying the story. We keep touching the wound. We keep waiting for a different ending. All while life quietly waits for us to move forward. If there is something you've been carrying for months, years, or even decades, ask yourself one question. Is holding on helping me heal, or is it helping me stay hurt? The answer may reveal more than you expect. Because the truth is this: letting go does not mean you stop caring. It does not mean the experience was unimportant. It does not mean you are weak. Sometimes letting go is the strongest thing a person can do. It is choosing peace over control, growth over attachment, freedom over fear. And when that finally happens, something extraordinary occurs. The noise begins to fade. The weight begins to lift. The struggle begins to soften. And for the first time in a long time, you realize that peace was never waiting on the other side of changing the past. Peace was waiting on the other side of releasing it. That is the quiet truth. And sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is simply let go.